Sup gamers, it's me GinePik. Welcome back to a brand new Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys a simple and easy, cheap melon pumpkin farm that works for all Minecraft platforms, whether it's a mobile device, Xbox, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, or PC. This melon pumpkin farm gives you up to 1,800 drops per hour. And also, this melon pumpkin farm only uses one observer to power the whole farm. If you don't know how a melon and pumpkin farm works, it is pretty simple. For a melon pumpkin farm, we have two seeds. One is for melons and another one is for pumpkin. When melon and pumpkin grow into the last stage, it will be look like this, and they can go ahead and spawn in or go ahead and harvest a melon or pumpkin in 4 blocks over here. One is over here, here, and here. It is in a crossfade. They cannot place a melon or a pumpkin in the corners. It's only in a plus sign like this. As you can see, one just spawned over here. If I go on my randomness speed is on 30, so that's why they're going and spawning in a lot. As you can see, they spawn, the melon pumpkin grow, and they can go ahead and harvest in any of these 4 blocks over here. As you can see, the melon pumpkin grows, and usually we use the design where we use observers, where whenever the stem goes like this, the observer will detect it, and a piston will be there in each of the 4 checkerboard patterns. If you know, most of the pumpkin and melon farm uses a checkerboard pattern, and this also does the same, but in a different way, whereas we are not using observer to detect the stem going diagonal to connect a melon or pumpkin, whereas if you go ahead and check the design, as you can see, one observer is looking at a hopper clock rather than on the stem. As you can see, this whole farm is just completely with piston, and wherever observer is meant to be is just solid block, as you can see. And if I go ahead and turn off the lever over here, that will make sure all the pistons are unextended, causing the melon pumpkin to go. As you can see, my random tick speed is on 100 right now. I have maxed it out. So if I go ahead and turn it off, and also I'm using hopper clock over here, so the hopper clock timer is 1 stack. So if whenever a 1 stack goes over there, whenever the hopper gets unlocked, the observer is able to detect that and cause a power, causing all of the pistons to activate, and any melon pumpkin grows, it will get destroyed. And also we're using hopper minecart as well to collect all the items. This is a double speed hopper minecart, so any items picked by the hopper minecart will unload faster, causing it to go fast. Make sure that it collects everything again and come back and reload everything into this chest. This farm also has a turn off and on option as well, so if you want to make sure that your game doesn't lag, you can go ahead and turn this on, and that will make sure all the pistons extend down and no melon pumpkin grows. As you can see, every single piston is extending on the dirt block over there, making sure no melons or pumpkins grow. You can also go ahead and turn this on, and also I'm going to turn this lever on as well to turn on the hopper clock, so whenever the observer detects it, it will cause the pistons to power. So also any melon pumpkin goes within that 60 block transfer, it will get pushed by the piston. As you can see, I'm just gonna wait for a few seconds here. So melon pumpkins are growing, and when the hopper minecart gets transferred and it gets unlocked, the observer will detect it, causing, as you can see, causing all the pistons to power. And if any melon pumpkin goes with that time, it will break and everything will be collected by the hopper minecart over here. We also put light source in the farm. That's because melon and pumpkins actually need light level of 9 and higher in order to grow. 9 and higher is required for them to grow, and every single platform or every single block is getting light level 9 or higher as well. There's nothing which is lower because we have adjusted every single thing, as you can see. And also we put redstone dust all over the top to make sure that every single piston gets powered and nothing gets left out. And also I'm using the most efficient way to get more melon and pumpkins with this alternative rows, meaning one row dedicated for pumpkins, another row dedicated for melons, and so on and so forth. This farm is mainly purposed for this mechanic over here because we get more melon and pumpkins, and putting melon and pumpkins in alternative rows, one row dedicated for melons, pumpkins, and so on and so forth. So if you don't know, Minecraft has this weird mechanic where when we plant crops in alternative rows, it grows faster, and that same property applies for melons as well as pumpkins. So if you'd love to know the rate of the farm, these are the rates of the farm. I did 5 different tests, and this is the first one. The first test gave me 1,539 melon and pumpkins per hour. That is 250 pumpkins as well as 1,289 melons. As you can see, this is the rates. You can go ahead and craft all the melon slices to melon blocks, and also use these melon blocks as pumpkins to trade for the villagers. And the second rate gave me 1,573, which is a little less. Pumpkins are 256, melons are 1,388, and this is this much. And the third rate gave me 1,766. As you you can see, a little bit increase. You have to keep in mind melons have some RNG drops for sometimes as well as that. And also melon pumpkins grow RNG as well. That is 280 pumpkins as well as 1486 melons. As you can see, it is this much. And the fourth test gave me 1673. As you can see, a little bit down. And these are the melons and pumpkin rates. And the last but not the least, which is the best one, which gave me 1826 melons and pumpkin per hour. That is 298 pumpkins, close to the 300 mark, and 1528 melon slices. As you can see, this is this much. If you love to test this farm before you build in survival worlds, a world download is provided down in the description below. It is a direct link to Mediafire, and also materials list is provided down in the description below for your convenience. And let's get right into the tutorial. This is the area that you will require to build this farm. It is 18 wide, 18 long, as well as 9 tall area. Make sure to build this farm inside of a chunk. The reason why we are building this farm inside of a chunk is to make sure that the hopper minecans don't get deleted when they're in between chunk borders. And also there are different ways to get chunks. You can go ahead and use chunk base or use texture packs that reveal chunk. And also you can go ahead and tile this up as well. So if you want to build 4 of them together, go ahead and mark 4 chunks and go ahead and build all 4 together and maximize even more melon and pumpkins. Also, this is tileable. So if you want to build more next to each other, you can also go ahead. I'm just going to be building 1. So you can go ahead and copy that same step for another and as much as you want to build. Once you're done marking in the area you want to build, go ahead and grab your solid blocks. And go ahead and start placing solid blocks like this. Go ahead and place solid blocks in the whole chunk. It should be 256 solid blocks for the entire chunk. That's because we're going to be placing rails as well as powered rails. So go ahead and mark this whole chunk and also fill this whole area with solid blocks. You can also go ahead and place slabs as well if you feel like it. Once you're done placing the solid blocks or slabs, if you're using slabs, make sure that it is top half slabs. Now we'll be building in the unloader system. Now for the unloader system, go ahead and make your way to the corner of the block over here. Go ahead and place in your double chest like this. Go ahead and mine 2 blocks, followed by your double chest. Go ahead and mine a block like this, followed by a hopper facing into that chest, this hopper facing into that chest directly, and this hopper facing into this hopper. It's really important that you place hoppers correctly. Once done, go ahead and grab your comparator. Make sure there's a solid block over here, followed by comparator. Make sure these 2 antennas are facing towards this hopper. Solid block over here, redstone dust on top, followed by a solid block. Go ahead and crouch place that. Once done, place a temporary rail over here, followed by 2 powered rail. Make sure this powered rail is slanting like this, is really important. Once done, go ahead and mine in the temporary rail, followed by a piston. Make sure piston is facing this direction, followed by a redstone torch behind it, and go ahead and grab in your fence gate. Place a fence gate over here, and that will be your unloader system. All you have to do is now go ahead and grab in your hopper minecart, place it over here, and your unloader system is done. You can go ahead and connect this chest to your item sorter or expand downwards. The storage is completely up to you. Once you're done building in the unloader system, now you'll be placing in the rails. Now all you gotta do is go ahead and grab your regular rail, place a regular rail over here. Make sure it is facing like this. Once done, go ahead and grab your powered rail. Now place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 powered rails, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you reach the end, go ahead and place 2 regular rail like this, and go ahead and continue this pattern. What you did first, 5 powered rails, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 regular rails, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once you reach over here, regular rail, and go ahead and do the same all the way till the end. And once you reach the end, make sure there is a powered rail over here, followed by solid block like this. The reason why we need to place solid block and also powered rail is to make sure that the hopper mine can't go back and also unload the items. If there is no power rail and you place a regular rail, that will make the hopper minecart stay over here. And if you go ahead and look at the chest, there will be nothing. So make sure there is a power rail and also solid block at the end. And powering these power rails is simple. You can go ahead and place levers under it. That's what I'll recommend. Or you can go ahead and place in redstone block as well to make it expensive. I'll recommend levers because it's cheaper. You need to make sure that there is a lever underneath the block of the power rail, and go ahead and do this all the way till the end. Once done, it should look something like this. Now if you're using top half slabs and if you want to place levers, just make that center row solid blocks and go ahead and place a lever, and also turn on the levers as well, and that will power all of the powered rails. Once done, that will be your rail as well as unloader system done. Once you're done placing the rails, now we'll be building in the piston system. First, I'll recommend you to build in the piston system because it's going to be really helpful later on as to place the dirt system, or else you're going to be in lots of pain if you first decide to place the dirt. So make sure to place the piston system first, then go ahead and place in the dirt. Now go ahead and place 1, 2, 3. This will be your solid block and these two are temporary. Now go ahead and grab in your piston, place the piston like this. Make sure the piston is facing downwards, and go ahead and do the same like this as well. That'll be piston like this, solid block, piston facing downwards, solid block over here, piston like this, solid block, make your way till the end, following the same pattern, piston, solid block. Make sure the piston is facing downwards as well. And once you've made your way till the end, it's going to be easier for you to go forward because you know now where to place the next piston. It will be over here, right where this solid block is, piston over here, 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 all the way till the end. And go ahead and fill the gaps with solid blocks. This is going to be really easy, so make sure to follow this pattern how I did. And once you're done building this, now go ahead and follow the same pattern, pistons over here, solid block, piston like this, and go ahead and do the same all the way till the end. Make sure to follow the same pattern till the end. Once done, it should look something like this if you have built it correctly. If you go ahead and place in one dirt block, as you can see, there'll be one block air, and followed by a piston. Now we'll be placing in the light sources. Now go ahead and make your way to your unloader system. Now go ahead and count 1, 2, 3. Now go ahead and place a block over here. Go ahead and mine this, followed by a light source. Now if there's no solid block over here, go ahead and find any other area, a similar pattern like this. One piston, solid block, piston, and a solid block over here. Now once done, now we need to place light sources. Now go ahead and count 1, 2, 3 on the fourth block. Replace that with your light source, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. Place in your light source, and 1, 2, 3, 4 over here now, and that will be the light source section for this area. Now in order to make sure to place even more, count in 1, 2, 3, 4. Same over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Once done, now go ahead and do the same pattern over here as well for the next row. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And also the same applies for this as well as this. And if you want to add even more light sources, you can go ahead and replace most of the solid blocks with light sources if you want. That's up to you, but this is the minimum amount. And also it will also make sure that everything is in light level 9 and higher. Once you're done placing in the light sources, now we're placing in the dirt. Now go ahead and grab your dirt and start placing like this all the way till end. That's as simple as it gets. Now also we need to place in the water sources as well, so all the farmland once we create can also get hydrated. Now in order to place the farmland, go ahead and make your way to the first dirt and count 5 blocks over there. And that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 5 block. Now count as block number 1 and count 4 blocks inwards. This will be block number 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go ahead and place in your lower half slab, and that will be the 5th, and that will make sure that all of the 4 block radius starting from this block in all corner direction gets hydrated. Now in order to waterlog this, just go ahead and place in your dirt blocks in the corners to make sure that the water doesn't spill out and break in the rails. And go ahead and grab your water source, make sure to cover the edges like this, and grab and jump and make sure that it is waterlogged, and that will make sure that the water doesn't spill out and break in the rails. And go ahead and do the same to all the corner directions as well, making sure that all of the dirt within that radius gets hydrated. And also fill this whole area with dirt blocks. I'm going to do the same all the way till the end. Once you're done placing in the dirt, it should look something like this. Now we need to make sure that we get inside the farm in order to make the farmland and also placing in the seeds. Now it might be hard. The easy way I'll recommend is go ahead and create a tube like this, followed by water. Go ahead, enter the water, go ahead and swim mode, and as you can see, you will be inside. This is the easiest way. I'll recommend, I do not know if there's any other way, but this is the easiest as well. Now we need to create a farmland. Now in order to create a farmland, we need to make sure that we create farmland where there is a solid block, not where the piston is. The piston is to make sure that they break the melons as well as pumpkins. So make sure to create farmland where there is solid blocks. And also in order to place in the melons and pumpkins, make sure that it is an alternative row, meaning one whole row dedicated for pumpkins, another one dedicated for melons, pumpkins, melons, and go to do the same all the way till the end. If you get somewhat of a pattern like this, like farmland, dirt, and a water source, just go ahead and skip. Don't make this as a farmland, just go ahead and place the farmland over here, and that will solve. Once done, it should look something like this. Now, if you don't want to wait for them to grow, you can go ahead and grab a bone meal and place it like this, and they will be at the final stage. You can go to do that, or you can just go ahead and wait as well. It's up to you. Now, go ahead and grab your glass or solid blocks. Now go ahead and place glass solid blocks like this in the edge like this. Go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, and go ahead and wrap this all the way around, including the corners. Just to make sure that when the piston breaks around pumpkins, it doesn't go outside and becomes lost. It only stays inside. And sometimes the piston will push the melon and pumpkin downwards as well. Don't worry, the hopper minecart will pick up the items from the rails because it's a hopper minecart. Now go ahead and place, if you're using solid blocks, you can also go ahead and wrap this all the way around the farm, including the corners. If you have made your way through the unloaded system and there's the fence gate, do not replace this, just let it be like that. Go ahead and place it like this. Go ahead and avoid that and go ahead and wrap the whole way around. Once you're done placing in the glass or solid blocks all around, now you need to find the center of the chunk. Now finding the center of the chunk is pretty simple. All you have to do is go ahead and make your way to the middle of the chunk and count 7 blocks forward. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on the 8th block it will be one of the centers. As you can see, it's the same for all corner directions, and you'll get this 2 by 2. Now this one block will be the center. You can go choose this one, you can choose any one of these. I'm going to be choosing this one over here. You can choose any 3 of these as well. That will be the center of the farm. All you got to do is go ahead and place your lever. Now go ahead and grab redstone dust and place redstone dust on top of all of these blocks as well as piston. Go ahead and place it all the way, even the end as well as corners, just to make sure that every single piston gets powered and nothing gets left out. So go ahead and place redstone all the way till the end. Don't place redstone on glass, it's no use. Once done, it should look something like this. This whole area will be flooded with redstone dust. Now we're building in the brain of the system. Now all you gotta do is now go ahead and place in your temporary blocks like this. Now go ahead and grab your observer. Now we need to make sure the observer's face is looking at this block. It might be tricky, or you might even need to break some blocks, or you can go ahead and place in the observer 1 block above like this, and place your piston and push it down. That is also possible for you. I'm just going to place an observer like this, and if I go ahead and remove this, as you can see, all the pistons will activate. That will also cause lag. If you don't want any lag or anything interrupting like that, just go ahead and turn this on, and that will make sure that the observers don't power anything. I'm just going to place this back over here. And once you're done placing the observer, go ahead and place in your temporary blocks like this, followed by a hopper facing into the solid block like that, and another hopper facing over here. Now you're going to mine the temporary block and place in your hopper facing into, because we are building a hopper clock. Now go ahead and grab your slab or solid block of your choice, place it like this, followed by a comparator. Make sure these 2 antennas are facing towards the hopper. Temporary block over here, followed by a solid block above, and go to do the same over here as well. A slab over here or solid block, followed by a comparator. 2 antennas facing towards the hopper. Temporary block over here, followed by a solid block on top. And once done, now go ahead and grab your redstone dust. Place redstone dust like this in 2 ends, followed by a piston. Go ahead and crouch play piston. Make sure piston is facing towards the hopper over here as well as here. Once done, now go ahead and grab your lever. Place lever either in one of these locations, or you can go ahead and place your lever right in line over here. So you can go ahead and turn off both of them together. I'm going to be placing right next. It's going to be easier for me. Go ahead and turn this on. Go ahead and followed by your redstone block over here. Now go ahead and place a stack of item. That is a timer for the pistons to get activated inside of the hopper where the redstone block is. Now once done, that will be the brain of the system. And all you need to do is wait for all the crops to grow. It will take time. Once all the crops are grown, you can go ahead and turn this off and turn this on, and all of them will start growing in the melons and pumpkins. And once the item gets transferred to that hopper, that popper will unlock, and when the observer detects that unlocking, it will power all the pistons and everything will get broken. And also make sure to turn on this unloader system as well, so the hopper miner can pick up all the items and put it in the chest. I hope today's Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial was really helpful for whatever use you have for melon or pumpkins, whether for trading for villagers or creating pumpkin pie or whatever use you have. Make sure to leave a like, and also make sure to share this video to other Minecraft players. That will really mean a lot to me. And also make sure to check out my channel, because there's lots of Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorials and more farms coming. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Adios.